Hello, and welcome to my channel. It is currently 4 a.m. and tonight I thought it'd be a good idea to show off what I got in the mail today. These are Egyptian gods' oracle cards, and they show off all the various gods and goddesses from ancient Egypt. And I thought that it would be a good introduction, not only to the deities, but to my channel. So without a further ado, let's get into it. So the first deity that I see is Ra, the god of the sun. He is depicted as a major deity with the head of a falcon and the body of a man. Next, we have Amun-Ra. Amun-Ra is composed of two gods. Amun, the god of the air, and Ra. They merged to create Amun-Ra, the king of the gods. Next is Shu, god of peace, lions, air, and wind. Next is Nut. She is the goddess of the sky, stars, cosmos, mothers, astronomy, and the universe. She's depicted with all of the stars across her body, looking over the earth. Next we have Geb. He is the father of snakes, and he is depicted with a goose on top of his head. He allows crops to grow, and his laughter creates earthquakes. Osiris is the god of fertility, agriculture, and the afterlife, the dead and resurrection. He was the first to be associated with the mummy wrap. Isis is goddess of healing and magic, motherhood, fertility. She's depicted as a woman with cow horns and a sun disk on her head, but she doesn't have it on this card. Next is Set. forehead. Next, we have another major god, Horus. Horus is the god. Next, we have Nephte. She is the goddess of death and mourning. Next, we have another very famous god, Anubis. Anubis is the god of funerary rituals, protector of graves, and guides to the underworld. With the body of a man and the head of a jackal. Next, we have Tut, god of the moon, wisdom, knowledge, science. He is an ibis-headed god. Next, we have Mat. She is the goddess of truth, cosmic balance, and judgment. Her symbol is an ostrich feather on the top of her head. Next, we have Hathor. Hathor is a solar goddess counterpart to Ra and Horus. She wears a sun disk on the top of her head with cow horns. She is also the goddess of love, music, and motherhood. The next god is Ptah. He is the god of crafts and architecture. Next, we have Bastet. She is a goddess depicted with a woman's body and a cat's head. She is associated with fertility, childbirth, and the home. Next, we have Sekhmet, a goddess of war and destruction, depicted with a woman's body and a lioness's head. Next, the god Capri, with the body of a man and the head of a scarab, who represents the rising of the sun. Next, we have Mut. She is a mother goddess and is usually depicted wearing the double crown of kings, but she doesn't have it in this depiction. She also has her vulture headdress. Next, we have Khonshu. He is the god of the moon, associated with the cycles of the moon and protection. He is depicted with the moon disk on the top of his head. goddess associated with the Nile and hunting. Her headdress is made out of the feathers of an ostrich. Next, we have Sobek. Sobek is the god of the Nile crocodile. Man's body and the head of a crocodile. Another one whose name I might mispronounce, Taweret, is the god of fertility and rejuvenation, protector of women and families, and is usually depicted as a bipedal hippo. Next, we have Happy. Happy is the god associated with the Nile River and its annual flooding. Neith. Neith is the goddess of the cosmos, fate, waters, rivers, mothers, children, childbirth, hunting, and weaving. Next, we have Satet. She is the goddess of war, hunting, and fertility. She is associated with the annual flooding of the Nile. He. Sometimes He is depicted as a man with a frog's head and is associated with primordial waters. He is the god of eternity and infinity. Heka. Heka is the god of magic and medicine. Amut or Amit. Amut is depicted with the forequarters of a lion and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus and the head of a crocodile. She is the goddess of judging the dead. Seshat. She is the goddess of wisdom and writing. Mertziger. Mertziger was a cobra goddess in charge of guarding and protecting the vast Theban necropolis. It takes form of a human with a woman's body, or a cobra with a woman's head. Selkis. The goddess is often depicted as a woman with a scorpion on top of her head, and she is the goddess of healing venomous stings. Apophis. Apophis was the ancient Egyptian deity of darkness and disorder. Man is a snake deity of protection who is depicted as a snake with coils that surrounds the sun god Ra's boat and accompanies him through his journeys through the night. And lastly, we have Nefertum. Nefertum represented both sunlight and the daylight smell of Egyptian blue lotus flowers. He is also a minor god of beauty. Those were all of the oracle cards. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good night's sleep.